What's up? How we doing? Somehow this went live before I clicked the button. But welcome to the Wheel Route Fantasy Football Channel. I'm Kev Wheeler. Uh, I am here to answer any questions, except this is probably the week that there are no questions, right? I gotta turn the light on. Y'all can't see me at all, can you? All right. My lighting situation might change in a minute. Let me get in this draft though. I'm going to 10 more have to join, of course. So I'm going to draft the drafters. What is it? Best Ball Championship main event. Hop into Superflex. I kind of want to get this one in. I only had $22 left in the account, so I'm hitting the $20 one, and after this, I'm probably going to jump back over to Underdog to see if I have time to squeeze in a sprint. I probably don't. Let me just check. Really, what I want to do is answer any questions. Sorry about that, 420 boys. I never want to disappoint the 420 boys. I got you. What am I going to do about the lighting here? I know what I can do. Let me just, that's a little bit better, but that's from that side, but I like drafting over this side. Sorry, had to get set up here. That's a little bit better. That'll give you a little bit of light. I'm kind of surprised that more isn't coming through. That should be good. All right. So are we set yet? Draft. Here we go. So I've only done a couple of the cheapy ones. I didn't have much money left over from last year. I intended to add some more and get some more of these done, but just never got around to it. Busy summer. Happy to say a good amount of that is socializing. Social life has taken off. I'm not so much a hermit this year, but it hasn't left me a ton of time to draft. Just want to check the Underdog lobby too to see if. All right, so all they have is the DFS. We might squeeze one of those in too. Yeah, I probably should have done more of these this year. I took McCaffrey. I guess I'll go with Barkley. Nah, I really was hoping McCaffrey would sneak past Barkley and make it to me. But, c'est la vie. I suppose I could have gone wide receiver there too, PPR and all. Yeah, I like Superflex too. I definitely like doing that. I definitely should have spent more time on drafters this year. And I'm going to have to, in the back half of the draft, maybe scroll down a bit and reach a little bit on some guys just so I can get a different roster construction than the typical at this time of year. I really like this tournament too because there's always overlay. It always makes me feel like it's a wiser investment. But I assume this has got to be one of the last few, right? Gonna take Flacco and Sanders. I did so 420 boys. I did that a lot in the Underdog Superflex. Actually, what was it? The Puppy Butt Superflex. I think I did like 20 or 30 of those, and I had a bunch of Flacco and Sanders, or I think I had a bunch of Winston in there too. But the Indianapolis quarterbacks, whichever one was going later, I would do that late. Um, I probably have some of the Shuck from New Orleans there too. And I still think that isn't a bad bet in Superflex super late, getting that the Tyler Shuck, the show, however you pronounce his name. Um, this Spencer Rattler isn't going to last 10 minutes. All right, 3 games. He'll last 3 games, maybe 4. But I wouldn't be surprised if New Orleans goes dumpster diving beyond that too. Was it Chad Hayner or just a slew of names? You know what New Orleans should do is just at least they're going to tank. At least have fun, get themselves some Jameis Winston, and yeah, and just YOLO that shit. So I went with Barkley in the first, and I was going to come back with wide receiver. You know what? I've been doing a lot of Devin Achane. I might just build out a Philadelphia stack here and see what happens. A few years ago, I won the NFFC, or I came in 4th in the NFFC best ball. It's whatever year the last game of the season was Buffalo, Cincinnati. And so the NFFC one, I won on. I had a massive Philadelphia stack that I won with. Of course, it didn't have Barkley. I probably should have gone Achane. McCaffrey Achane is like, I have that start in a couple leagues, and I think that's just an amazing start to a draft. Jealous of the 6-hole. Yeah, another. So for Superflex, another. I would definitely be eyeing up Jackson Dart late in Superflex. Ooh, here we go. I got a question in my Discord. Got any questions? Hit the Discord too. I'll get the you in a second. I want to see. All right. So T. Higgins probably won't make it to me. There he goes. I don't have enough of him. I was kind of looking over my early season projections, and wow, I like T. Higgins should be a 2nd-round pick by those projections. I'm gonna take Mike Evans. Could do Kittle too. I'm gonna mix in Mike Evans here, hoping Jalen Hurts will make it back to me in the 4th. I'm not gonna press the issue on the stack. Just want it to come naturally to me. And I really don't think Hurts should be taken before the 4th. And really, I prefer to push him to the 5th, but I will stack him with AJ Brown, Barkley, and I'll try to grab a Devonta Smith if I get Hurts. Otherwise, the AJ Brown pick is, oh shit, guy right after me takes Jalen Hurts. And the 3rd, that's such, oh well. I'll snag Jaden Daniels if he comes to me. All right, so in my Discord, or in the Wheel Route Discord, I got a question. I got a lot of Javonte Williams for some reason. I wonder if I could share this with you guys. I can't figure out how to do that. I'm sure there's a way I can show my Discord questions on the screen somehow. I probably have to connect it in some way, shape, or form. But uh, Lieutenant Dan asks, I got a lot of Javonte Williams for some reason, probably because he falls a lot. Should I start him over any of Etienne, Charbonnet, DeAndre Swift, or Travion Henderson? Let me look. I'm 3 away. Oh, well. Miss out on the quarterbacks, which isn't horrible, except for that Philadelphia start. I would not have gotten AJ Brown if I didn't think I couldn't get. All right, yeah, I wouldn't have gotten AJ Brown if I knew Jalen Hurts wouldn't be around. In the fourth, I will grab George Kittle there. Kittle is a massive difference maker. And I think especially in this format, there's no playoffs in this format. It's just straight through whole season, total points scored. And that's why drafting this late is actually a bad idea because everybody knows as much information as everybody else. There's no kind of advantage to paying attention early or having better rankings or projections. Everything is kind of out in the open at this point. Projections are super similar. It's kind of all gut here, but nobody's gut differentiates all that much. And a lot of people probably like Matilda here, or no, Matt Dial, or whatever it is. He's had 137 of these. Starboy's got 128. They're just diversifying, and they'll make Love Hurts. You can see how many drafts everybody's done. As you can see, me and Bobo doing our only ones of the year right now. And it looks like maybe Drunk on Pappy. I can't tell. But yeah, a couple other people doing their only ones of these this year. I definitely should have dumped some money in here just doing too many other platforms and too many other things. I'm going to skip on Devontae Smith. Although, I mean, Mike Evans has the same bye week as Philadelphia too. That's not good. I think Ricky Purcell's going way too high. DK Metcalf is probably in the right spot, but with Aaron Rodgers, I think Aaron Rodgers offers very little upside for DK. I will grab. I'll grab with bye week 12. Yeah, I'll grab Waddle. I was considering Flowers there. I think Flowers is a bit underrated, but the 5th round's a pretty good price for Waddle, and especially if Tyreek goes off the deep end or is actually hurt with that oblique. I know he's going to play and he's back in action, so is Achane, but they could be shopping Hill as well. There's just a lot of outs for Waddle to succeed this year, especially in a PPR format. So back to Lieutenant Dam's question. Should he start Javonte over? Actually, I'll put this. Let's see if I can copy and paste it. That's the question I will get to. All right, I can do that now. I would probably start Javonte actually against Philadelphia tonight. I mean, I would definitely start Swift and Travion Henderson. Travion Henderson's a definite start over Javonte. Swift is a start over Javonte. Actually, who is Chicago playing? Let me pull up my rankings for this week. And actually, I could probably do away with that screen. Pulling up my rankings is the smart move. While, Golden or Harvey? I think I'll go Harvey. I do like Golden, but I think there's a massive drop off at running back after RJ Harvey, and there was a nice little run there before him. I think I have Harvey before those guys. So week one rankings. At this point, the week one rankings are almost straight projections. I did a couple of gut check things, and projections are a combination of other people's projections. Really, I used to just download from FanDuel or some other. I could or DraftKings is full PPR, so it gets a little bit skewed. It's not too far off. FanDuel is that half point PPR. There was another website, a DFS site that I used to download from, just their projections, not like pricing or anything. I guess pricing came along with it, but I would go straight by the projections, and that's how I would start my weekly rankings. Now I get it from a couple of sources. I'll just check out. I mean, I might go back to. Different people are posting free projections for the week, different sources, different sites. So I'll take a combination of whatever I get, and that's usually what I start with. Then it's news and information that comes down the pike that adjusts and gets me to change my stance on certain people. So I got Barkley, AJ Brown, Mike Evans, George Kittle, Jalen Waddle, RJ Harvey. I should probably be looking at wide receiver. Wide receiver seems to be flying off the board. I already have tight ends, so that's no go there. Wow. So I know he's out 3 weeks, but will certainly help in the back 3/4 of the season. Jordan Addison. I like him. I would prefer him as my 5th wide receiver, but you got to do what you got to do. So Lieutenant Dan, if you're watching, hopefully you're watching and not just in the Discord. If not, I'll hit you up later. I would not start Javonte over Swift or Henderson. But I have Javonte one spot behind Etienne. I would say go with your gut on that. Season long, I'm sure I have Zach Charbonnet ahead of Etienne and Javonte. But for week one, I think Javonte is going to get more touches. I should probably type him a message in the Discord, but hopefully. Oh, Jadon Blue is out this week? That's news. What? How did I miss that? Oh, wow. I should have seen it right there. I ignored it when I saw it. So Jaden Blue is out. I'm going to probably bump up Javonte maybe like ahead of Ford, maybe ahead of Dobbins. Oh, I really like Zach Charbonnet, but I'm gonna have to draft Pittman. Josh Downs is probably a better PPR bet. But I'm gonna go with Pittman's back healing and him having a bounce back year. Maybe I should have gone Charbonnet, gone with that running back, because he's well, there are others out there. Let me just see. I could go with Baker for a stack with Evans. And I'll look JJ McCarthy in a bit. Yeah, the Pittman over Charbonnet. That's probably the first time all year I've done that. And just because I've heard some people have quite a bit of him, have drafted quite a bit of him for no other reason than he's he's a receiver that 2 years ago was going in the top 4 rounds. If he gets any kind of quarterback play and he's healthy, Pittman should definitely pay off at this ADP. Although he is going a bit later in other drafts. And it might just be the fact that everything is starting to even itself out, because everybody now knows Daniel Jones is starting the season, so it's good for the receivers, so they're psyching themselves up for that. But I've always been under the impression that Daniel Jones and Anthony Richardson are going to split time there. Sorry, going to respond to him. Lieutenant Dan, if you're watching, say something in the chat so I don't have to respond in Discord. Three away. Okay. If Baker comes back, I'll grab him. Otherwise, I'll hit up some Christian Kirk. Kyler Murray going behind. I guess I could see it. It doesn't make a ton of sense to me. All right, I see Dak ahead of him. I've moved Dak way up. I've moved Fields back in my season-long rankings, but now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I shouldn't have. Give me Baker. I'll take the Baker stack. Appreciate it. Etienne and Allen looks somewhat interesting. Mooney, it's a good pick. I can stack him later. I like Colston Loveland. Keenan Allen seems pretty solid. Derek Carr was talking up Jaden Higgins earlier on Pete Overzet's podcast YouTube stream. If you haven't seen that, check it out. Peter Overzet is a professional on-camera personality. Like, he's just mellow and cool and calm, collected, takes it all in, had pretty good questions, had a rapport with Brandon Marshall that seemed pretty smooth. Like, Brandon Marshall is smooth on the mic, but he really enjoyed the banter with Pete. So I would definitely check that out if you haven't seen it, after I'm done, of course. And I'll probably take this an hour, which will take us about to 8 o'clock. I may not go to game time. In the future, I hope to get on here at about 6 and answer any questions, and then maybe do some underdog, the weekly, the Battle Royale drafts I always enjoy that. I don't always do great. Actually, I do better in the smaller tournaments. Like, I'll look at them in a second. We can look them up in a bit. And I haven't really looked a ton at this week's slate. I do most of that on Saturday, but having a little bit of fun on a stream there's nothing wrong with that, right? Any questions, hit me up. In the future, I'll always take questions from my Discord first. Last year, I was in the Discord Thursdays and Sunday mornings for hours answering questions. I probably over this year lost some of those interactions just because it's a lot to juggle and haven't been really paying attention here. I need running back, don't I? I kind of want Colston Loveland, but I'm going to draft Austin Eckler there. Here's the thing. Austin Eckler is better in this format than he is in underdog, right? This doesn't have playoffs. So whatever he scores this week matters just as much as week 17, which is why I took him over Jaden Blue. Where do you know Jaden Blue isn't playing this week? So that's 1 week advantage Eckler has on him. And that's enough to move him 2 spots ahead, 3 spots ahead. And actually in running back, it was 2 spots. Yeah, Cam Scatterboo. So I was looking at the projections that I gathered to set my initial weekly rankings. And what was it? Yeah, it was this week's projections. I think it was this week's projections. It might have been the season long. Yeah, actually, it was the season long projections because I had to get the season long rankings in this week as well. And that reminds me, I probably need to get Amari Cooper out of the season long rankings. Sorry, just updating my weekly rankings to adjust for Jaden Blue being out. And then Jaden Blue could fall. If people are getting the news that he is not starting today, Jaden Blue will certainly fall to me next round. And if he's still there, nope, there he goes. Never mind. I'll zip it. Let me look at the draft rankings real quick. I try to shut off like the draft rankings as soon as possible. Yeah, Cam Scatterboo in most people's season-long projections is far lower than I have him ranked. I have him ranked at 48. And I guess that's the consensus as far as rankings. But the projections I was looking at had him at like RB60. It was crazy. So with season-long rankings, they're not exactly projections. Projections are essentially a per game system of organizing players. So it assumes every player is playing 17 games as a general rule. But the rankings don't do that. The rankings will account for injury risk and just like other factors that kind of creep in. Yeah. I'll go with JJ McCarthy just because he's high up there in the rankings and I can stack him with Addison. I can go Tua or Indianapolis quarterback. I'm gonna try to get three quarterbacks, but in the Indianapolis situation, I would prefer Anthony Richardson, even though he isn't really a good stacking partner with Pittman per se. If I'm going to take an Indianapolis quarterback, it's not going to be Daniel Jones. Um, Daniel Jones, probably. Oh, and Dylan Sampson went right before my pick. So Dylan Sampson is a guy I probably should have gotten where I got Eckler. I'm just not in tuned enough. I should have done at least 3 or 4 of these drafts before hopping on a stream for my first draft at the last possible second. But yeah, that Eckler pick, although in PPR, you know what? I'll take Eckler over Dylan Sampson. I'm fine with that. I've been drafting Dylan Sampson higher than most anybody and have him ranked higher than most anybody, just because he's been in camp all along. He's the rookie. Yes, it was the 4th-round pick, but think about this: they took him in the 4th round after already having Quinshon Judkins in the 2nd. Meaning you have no real, I guess, the Browns are delusional, but you have no realistic expectation of winning this season. I just want to check and see something. Do I want to play a little stacking game? Yeah, I'm gonna. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to pull that off. I think I guess it's not even a reach, but I think I'm gonna draft Kyle Pitts in hopes that Penix comes back around, because the Drake London drafter is on the right side of the board. Where's the Mooney drafter? Sorry, I can't find the Mooney drafter. It's one thing. I wish the draft board popped out in this format so that. Where is Mooney? Oh, he's Mooney. Mooney's on that side too. So if Penix doesn't go here, I'm going to go Pitts and then grab Mooney on the way back. Or just looking for any wide receivers that have possible late stacks. All right, Davis went there. Penix is still there. I'm going to grab Kyle Pitts. I'm going to shoot for the moon on that situation. Even if I don't get Penix, it's not that big a deal. But at that point, Penix would be a value. His bye week is different than my other 2 quarterbacks, and there goes 2 quarterbacks there. But there should be some cushion. If I don't get Penix on the way back, I will grab Young or Ward if they're around. There just aren't any position players in this range. Do like Najee and Ayuk. They just have tremendous upside. Well, I guess Najee doesn't have tremendous upside, and he's not the starter. Amari and Hampton definitely is. But Najee's upside is contingency value, and he's probably still going to see 10 touches a game. Maybe more. There goes Penix. All right. I do like Young and Ward. They both can be backstacked, but I will have to search for that. Just kind of eyeing up where my late round running backs are hiding. Okay. And I start them not because I really want them in the queue. Actually, I should do that there. But just so I don't forget about them or lose them. Yeah, I would much prefer a draft board that pops out like Underdog, so I can show you guys the full draft board and I can see my full uh, player pool. And it gets annoying going this way. I'm really torn between Bryce Young and Cam Ward. Go with Tua as well. You know what? Maybe I'm just gonna grab. I probably shouldn't grab Ayuk because I don't have any of the other guys. I'm gonna grab Ayuk here anyway. The back half of the season, he could end up being like a wide receiver one in the second half of the season. And I know that works better in an underdog or other playoff format, but I'm not going to pass up Ayuk in the 13th round. Just, I don't see the sense in it. And I can grab, well, yeah, I can grab any one of these three quarterbacks on the way back. And even if they don't make it back to me, I can hit up a couple of running backs and grab my tight end or my quarterback late. I just want to check this. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 receivers. So I'm gonna more than likely do a 3 quarterback, 3 tight end, 6 running back, 8 wide receiver. So a 3, 6, 8, 3 build. That's generally what I like in 20 round formats, which means I can go running back crazy at any minute and save a couple receivers for stacking possibilities. All right, there goes Bryce Young. Thank you. Appreciate that. I do have Miami. Yeah, I have Waddle. So one of these, yeah, I'm hoping one of these two quarterbacks, Cam Ward or Tua Tagovailoa, come back to me just so I have a secured stack and don't kind of have to scramble, leave myself open to be able to grab whatever running back or wide receiver I like. And I guess I could grab. I'll grab a wild card tight end instead of stack. There goes a Conquo. That would have been a stack with Ward, but I kind of felt like he would have gone immediately after. It's a tough decision to go. I don't have any stacking partner with Cam Ward. His bye week is 12. I have Waddle. I'm going to grab Tua. I really like Cam Ward. I do have a lot of them. I don't have a lot of Tua. I think Mayfield and McCarthy probably give me enough upside that I can handle not much upside with Tua. Um, but I guess if Waddle and Hill are both on fire, and I don't know, it's possible Tua can do something. I don't want to see him run at all, but all right. I wish I could also like underdog, like take quarterback out of what I'm seeing here in the player pool. All right, so Miami, Minnesota, Tampa Bay don't really have any backstacks. So maybe, oh, see, maybe I should have gone with Ward just to grab Alec Iamaner. Probably, oh, shoot, Shipley and Marks went. Let me see this running back situation. All right. Spears and Mitchell are really, or I'm going to start Giddens and Taj Brooks as well. And then after that, it's kind of just crapshoot. Alec Iamaner's fine, but let me look at it all. Tesla, no. Kyle Williams, no. Alec Iamaner, it's not a stack, so let's just hold off on that for now. I will See, I think Tajay Spears should be a couple of rounds ahead of where he's going. Wow, Najee in the 13th, Najee Harris in the 13th doesn't, he should be going before that. All right. I probably could let Spears. I'm going to play that game. I'm going to grab Keaton Mitchell just because I've had a hard on for him all season. And see if Tajay Spears falls another round just because he has that O tag next to him. And Alec Iamaner went before my pick, so that wasn't even a decision. Wan'Dale Robinson is a great pick in the 15th round in PPR. I need to triple check on it, but didn't he even have 140 targets last year? Looking it up just to make sure. I've been saying it all off season, so it's about time I check on it. Where the hell is he? Either I have him too low or I'm not paying attention to something. After my Keaton Mitchell pick, I haven't been rattling off the picks like I usually do. After my Keaton Mitchell pick went Cade Otton, which I guess I could have stacked with Baker Mayfield. I kind of was on the idea that Otton was going to have some value this year because of Godwin and the other McMillian's out. McMillan. There goes Tajay. Shoot. Rico Dowdle also shouldn't really be sliding, although I do like another running back that not many people are focused on. Deep in drafts. Oh, wow. Those running backs, Dowdle and Giddens went. Darius Slayton goes. I'll grab another running back in Taj Brooks. Let me just look at my roster. I got 5 running backs now. I can go receiver or tight end. Oh, shoot. Yeah, I was kind of hoping to grab a late Harold Fannin there. We'll see. Although Jatavian Sanders has gotten plenty of hype. Mason Taylor looks decent. Jonnu should do better than he is ranked. Torrey Horton on Seattle is a starter. Jalen Coker's out. Malik Washington. Just kind of going over some possibilities here. Start Jalen Noel. I want to take dart throws on guys that could really pop. And now that I think about it, Jalen Noel, I don't think is that guy. Jalen Noel is a contingency upside play for Houston wide receiver. He went early in this one. Christian Kirk. Yeah. And Torrey Horton goes there. Mason Taylor and Jonnu Smith go. Oh, Malik Washington is a stacking partner and a good one, I think. I got rid of it. Ray McLeod can be stackable. Other than that, there are some major dart throws there. Sean Tucker and Brashard Smith are around at running back. Roshan's dropped quite a bit there. Jarquez Hunter is around. And then, my tight end that I'm hoping for. Let's see. Yeah, I will pass on Malik Washington for Harold Fannin. Call me a slappy all you want. He has more. Well, you know what? Malik Washington does have some upside, and he is a stack. I've already made the bet on Tua. He's going. Thanks, Matilda, or what, Matt Dial, for making an easier decision for me. But somebody here is probably going to snipe me and make my decision difficult again. Although it won't be that difficult. Yeah, I don't really particularly care for this team. I think I made a mistake as early as the second round, but maybe not. Wide receiver did go pretty darn quick, and I do get Harold Fannin. So I'm done at tight end, done at quarterback, one more running back, one more wide receiver, or two more wide receivers. Let me look at this wide receiver. Oh, Quentin Johnson has some upside this year. Yeah, he got hurt. He got the concussion late in camp. So Keenan will probably see the bulk of the targets right off the bat. But Quentin Johnson actually, I think, has a starting role in that offense. We'll see, though. We'll see. And he'll probably get taken before it comes back around to me. I think he is being immensely undervalued here. Yeah, I guess his ADP is 200. He should probably be closer to that 180 range. Give me Quentin Johnson over Tesla. Give me him over Harris too. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Like Michael Wilson, even Dontavian Wicks with all the Packers injuries, although he seems to be one of them. Adonai Mitchell has tremendous upside. DeAndre Hopkins has that upside. Let me look at all of them. So I guess QJ should be next in my queue. Although Sean Tucker is not far behind. I do have, what other running backs are around? Oh, it's slim pickings. Oh, no. I got a deep sleeper at running back. I'll go QJ if he's still there. I probably missed some news on him, right? What time is it? 7:45. I'm gonna stack Ray Ray. Uh-oh, no, I didn't. I had Penix on my team in my head. That was silly. Although the running back that's my deep sleeper. I'm kind of glad I passed Sean Tucker there. Yeah, at this point it's just kind of crapshoot, grab who you want. And there seems to be a whole lot more receivers, but we'll see. I want to look over my rankings here too. These are the draft rankings. So, Amari Cooper, I need to get out of here. If he's still here, for finding him, it's probably going to be tragically difficult. I got 2 picks into my turn. My pick. I'm gonna pass up Roshan and draft my sleeper RB, Trevor Etienne. I think he's going to take most of the pass catching duties in Carolina after a couple of weeks. Close out my running back room there. And just because there are some solid options at wide receiver. And actually, I'm going to start Henry Renfro. Derek Carr was talking him up earlier. I should not listen to Derek Carr, but why not? Oh, I could go Nick Westbrook-Akine. That's a stack, and it's so underrated. He's just a touchdown scorer. That's going to work for Miami and Tua. Yeah, Nick Westbrook-Akine is next in queue, and DeAndre Hopkins, too. DeAndre Hopkins should go before the 20th round. He's got some upside touchdown value. All right, so I need to find Amari Cooper. Whoa. Sorry about that. I'm just seeing some guys that I'm like, no, I should have him ahead of him, and him actually ahead of him. It's really tough. Like when you're looking at like Chris Godwin is wide receiver 54 because he's going to be out, but then like guys like Rashad Bateman and Luther Burden, if they're healthy and with it, like Luther Burden, I've been saying all offseason is this year's OBJ or OBJ's rookie season. He'll mimic it. And it's just tough when it comes down to it. It's like you have to move him ahead of some guys that you're like, ugh. Oh, I'm gonna go with Nick Westbrook-Akine. So on this drafters best ball championship team, this team is likely going nowhere. I got Baker Mayfield, JJ McCarthy, and Tua at quarterback. It could ham and egg it. If they do, I'm not winning any of the money anywhere else. I got Barkley, RJ Harvey, Austin Eckler, Keaton Mitchell, Taj Brooks, and Trevor Etienne at running back. Adrian Brown, Mike Evans, Jalen Waddle, Jordan Addison, Michael Pittman, Brandon Ayuk, Ray McLeod, Nick Westbrook-Akine at wide receiver. And then my tight ends are George Kittle, Kyle Pitts, and Harold Fannin. Looks like a 7th place team to me. In case you were wondering, the inactives for Philadelphia tonight, nobody of fantasy football consequence. And then for the Cowboys, Jaden Blue is inactive. I said it earlier, but if you missed it, make sure he is not anywhere near your lineup. And for me, that definitely bumps up. Hold on. Javonte Williams, just a couple spots. And I moved Miles Sanders up my season-long rankings. But all right, so I need to focus here. I need to make sure Amari Cooper is out of my season-long rankings. Don't think he is, but finding somebody who's ranked probably as low as I would have him. Like I could have him at anywhere from like wide receiver 80 to 120 because they all kind of mix in. But I have to have him somewhere. There he goes. All right. Ooh. Deontay Johnson, I'm going to leave in the rankings just because somebody might pick him up somewhere. But I don't have him over anybody that's of any consequence. So he's like 160 something. All right. Let me just click publish on that again, just so that's done. Give you a peek behind the curtain there. Weekly. What was I saying? Did I move Miles Sanders up? Yeah, I believe I did. Not that I think he's going to do much of anything. ECR has him at 55. And the best has him at 38, the highest. I like to check out what Waz is doing, what Jared Small is doing, a couple other guys are doing. Just so Thursday night is like, I find it relatively impossible to kind of judge against the crowd. And you always want to bump up your Thursday players a little bit in these rankings because there's likely to be a player or two ranked ahead that ends up being out unexpectedly, and you can't physically move guys up that have already played. So I'll bump guys up that are playing on Thursday a little bit, but this is for the ranking game. For the start sit game, ask the question. And if you look at the rankings the day before or two, or if you're looking at Thursday rankings, just keep in mind you only want to start a Thursday player, one, if there's zero doubt in your mind that he is the starter, or if you're worried about your other guys being hurt. Like if they're banged up and you're worried that they may not play, you kind of got to start your Thursday guy just to be sure. But make sure you start him in a position and not your flex if that's something your league kind of determines. So like, let me show you one of my lineups. I don't really like sleeper at all. It's not very conducive to showing you on screen either. But so in this league, I've got Lamar Jackson, Ashton Genty, Jonathan Taylor. Those are the 1:00 games. If there were any Thursday games, I would start them in a position. There is a Friday game too, so all of these guys are Sunday, so I can worry about that when the time comes. The Goats First Pros, my team sucks, so I want to lose. Ultimate Premium. Let's take a look at this. I got Fields starting over Goff, which might end up being no, that's how I have it ranked. That's week 1, right? So yeah, Prescott's my only Thursday guy there. Oh, I got Devontae Smith, but I got him starting in the wide receiver spot. Just want your Thursday guys in the position spots and not in the flex. You want to give yourself as much flexibility as possible in those flex spots. Yeah, I got my Monday guys in the flex spot. Jacoby Myers is sitting there too. So probably Sunday when it gets close to 1:00, I'll switch Jacoby Myers and DJ Moore just in case something happens to DJ Moore overnight. I have more flexibility in that flex spot. Just gonna look over another one here. Really just 3 I need to look over. Sunday. So my George Pickens I have starting tonight. And he's in the running backs or the wide receiver spot. Everybody else is Sunday or Monday. Those teams are good to go. So Oh, I want to brag about this one team here. My starting lineup here. This is a dynasty league. Jalen Hurts, Drake May, Bucky Irvin, Jonathan Taylor, Terry McLaurin, Ted McMillan, Calvin Ridley, Brian Thomas Jr., Jamison Williams, Brock Bowers. Freaking masher team. In fact, I got Tony Pollard sitting on the bench. And I guess just a bunch of other scraps. But yeah, I really like that starting lineup. Let's take a look. What do we got going on? We're an hour in. How much time till game time? About 15 minutes. What do I want to do? I could do a prime time Palooza is Thursday and Friday. Right? Those look like pretty good games too. What else do we have going on? Squib Kick is Sunday main slate. 12-person, no thanks. They just take too long to fill. QB Sunday main slate, Sunday main slate, Sunday main slate, which is fine. But why don't we do a primetime Palooza since we only got 7 minutes left? Probably not going to be overlay, but maybe. Oh, I got to redeposit. Time to redeposit for the season. All right, so let's take a look. 4-person drafts. Hurts, Mahomes, Prescott, Herbert, all good quarterbacks. Barkley, Amarian, Isaiah Pacheco. I'm in the 2-hole. I got a choice. Oh, tight end is a separate position. Kelsey, Goddard, Ferguson, and Crud. So just at that 2-3 turn, I might be looking at tight end just to get one before that Chargers drop off. I'd really like Barkley here. I'm hoping they reach. Because I do not want to end up with Javonte, which is likely going to be the case. CD is the number 2 pick, though. I can't really deny that. It's just the immense upside of Lamb. Kind of just defeats anything else that's out there. So grab the points while they're there. It was hard for me to, you know what, maybe I end up with Pacheco. I would be against that. He might stomp his way to 100. Javonte is getting picked at pick 13, so it's like I really have no. Oh, I guess I could sneak in a Najee. But yeah, I mean, Hampton and Barkley are the ways to go. All right, if he's going to leave me Pacheco, I'm going to go ahead and roll the dice there. So we got CD and Pacheco. Half-point PPR. It's all about the touchdown. I suppose Jake has just as good a chance as Kelsey at a touchdown. Hard to deny yourself some Pickens are worthy. I'm going to skip. Ooh, I want Dak too. Should I go for the stack? Go for the Dallas super stack? That's what it's looking like. I shouldn't do that. I should. In these formats, it's fine to go wide receiver, tight end, but not wide receiver, wide receiver. Um, I will grab Dak right here just to tie a bow on that. Oh, but I should or could go with one of the tight ends. The guy at the turn has quarterback. This guy has quarterback. It is, yeah, I would have liked to go on Goddard there, but it is Jake the Snake. So I'm going to need Dak to throw 5 touchdowns, 2 to CD, 2 to Pickens, 1 to Ferguson. It seems impossible, but yeah, I think I just lit $10 on fire. I do not. I was going to say don't want running back. Definitely don't want tight end. Is Hollywood Brown playing? Good to go for week 1. Oh, I should get something Philadelphia. There's nothing left, though. I'm not going to go Will Shipley. Cleared for Friday, but won't start. He gone anyway. Oh, I'm on the clock. Let me go. No. Jahan Dotson. Scroll the F down with a bring back. Yeah, I just tremendously stacked the Dallas Philadelphia game with a singular KC, LAC, Isaiah Pacheco dart throw. I really don't like that play, but I don't know. Threw in one of them for you. Primetime Palooza. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to enjoy the game. You guys have a great Thursday night. Come back and see me. I will be here Sunday morning. Plan on logging on around 10:30. Here to answer any questions. Not that there are many questions week 1, but I'll just kind of go over my thoughts on the slate and maybe do a game by game thing. Just kind of reviewing everything if I don't have questions. But if you do, jump in my Discord. I will be looking there first. If there's nothing in Discord, I will look in the YouTube chat. Please give me a like, subscribe, and comment when you can. You can hit me with the bad ones too. I don't mind trolls. They feed the algorithm as well. Have a great Thursday. See you Sunday morning.